to educate, inform, orientate, and entertain the society on educational matters, address issues affecting the educational system, influence public opinion, and drive effective educational policy directions to guide the formulators and implementers. For your comments, questions, and contributions, you can reach us on Facebook via www.facebook.com/lightradio, on X at the Light Radio with no spacing, on Instagram light_radio, and on YouTube light space radio. Don't forget, you can also call or send a message to us via SMS or WhatsApp on 0809 738 4000. I am Nima Ibrahim. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, the program begins in full swing. Please stay with us.
If you just joined in, you're listening to Education Today on Light Radio. We kick off with the news segments.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the news on Education Today, reaching you live from Light Radio. I am Nima Ibrahim. First, the headlines. JAMB releases 2024 UTME results with odds that of 64,624 candidates. Controversy as ASU Uni Abuja declares indefinite strike. Uniben suspends SUG over attack on Edo Labour Party Guba candidate Akpata. And on the foreign scene, Biden forgives another $6 billion in debts for students of for-profit chain The Arts Institutes. Now the details. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has released the results of the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME. JAMB Registrar Professor Isaac Olede announced the release of the results on Monday, 29th April 2024 in Abuja for the examination, which held between 19th and 29th April 2024. Giving a breakdown of the results, Professor Olede disclosed that 1,989,668 candidates registered for the examination held in over 700 CBT centers in 118 towns across the Federation. Of this, 1.9 million sat for the exam, while 80,810 candidates were absent. The board released the results of 1,842,464 candidates and withheld 64,624 results for various infractions. A total of 8,401 candidates scored 300 and above, giving 0.5%. 77,017 candidates scored 250 and above with 4.2%, and 439,974 candidates scored 200 and above with a total of 1,402,470 candidates, representing 73.7% of those who sat the examination scored below 200. Speaking further, Professor Oluyede said the withheld results would be subjected to further investigation by the board. While reacting to the release of the result, the lawmaker representing Ogbomoso North, Ogbomoso South, Orire Federal Constituency, Honorable Olamijuwon Alao Akala, said the performance of students in this year's UTME is not encouraging. The lawmaker also expressed his sadness about the development, adding that everyone, including government, schools, parents, and society, need to be concerned. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, University of Abuja branch, has commenced an indefinite strike on Thursday over staff promotion issues and placement of editorial for the vacancy of the post of Vice Chancellor without following due process, among others. The indefinite strike action was announced at the end of the Congress ASU Uni Abuja chapter held at the permanent site of the institution. Chairman of the branch, Dr. Sylvanus Ugo, told newsmen that the union had resolved to embark on a total and an indefinite strike with immediate effect. Ugo said the strike became necessary given the university's refusal to conduct elections for the office of the deans of faculties and provost college of health sciences. He also accused the university management of carrying out promotion of some staff without following due process. Meanwhile, faction of ASU University of Abuja branch anti-strike ASU members have said the university is never on strike, claiming that some individuals were only pursuing their personal interests and not those ASU members in the university. Speaking on behalf of other factional members, the Dean and former converter ASU National Political Committee Dr. Abubakar Kari and the ex-Nigeria ambassador to Japan and head of department Agric Engineering University of Abuja Professor M.Y. Ghana addressed a news conference shortly after the declaration of the strike by the ASU members on Thursday. The management of the University of Benin, UNIBEN, has suspended the Students' Union Government's SUG of the institution for raining terror on some of its staff at the university's senior staff club recently. In the said incident, students of the university led by the Students' Union president were said to have stormed an interactive session by staff of the university with the Edo State governorship candidate of Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, and in the process demanded a stop of the event. The students were alleged to have claimed that they were not informed of the event, hence the need to stop the event. Consequently, a statement signed by A.A. Bobola, registrar of the university, and made available to newsmen in Benin on Monday, April 29, 2024, said after due consideration of the report by the management, the Vice-Chancellor has approved the suspension of the university's students' union. And in the interim, a caretaker committee composed of representatives of faculties, schools, and institutes have been approved to coordinate students' activities during the period of suspension. A total of 1.84 million SS3 students will sit for this year's May-June West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASC, which began on Tuesday, 30th April nationwide. The head of National Office of WAEC Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, made this known on Monday at a media conference held at the headquarters office of WAEC in Yaba, Lagos. According to Dr. Dangote, the students are from 22,229 government and approved private secondary schools across the country, comprising 902,328 males, representing 49.73%, and 912,016 females, representing 50.27% of the total candidates. They will be examined in a total of 76 subjects, and the exam will last 7 weeks and 6 days, with results released 45 days after the last paper. Similarly, the candidates will have the opportunity to collect their certificates at no extra cost from their respective schools 90 days after the exam. Dr. Dangote said WAEC is ready to conduct a hitch-free exam as all modalities and measures to achieve that projection had been put in place. He also pointed out that the exam would be held across all 36 states of the Federation, including those more prone to security challenges and the Federal Capital Territory. And on the foreign scene, the Education Department has approved roughly $6 billion in student loan relief for more than 300,000 students who officials said were misled into taking on mountains of debt. The Education Department said it independently reviewed data from attorneys general in 3 states proving that the chain falsified employment rates and overstated its relationship with employers. In a statement, President Joe Biden said forgiveness is part and parcel of his strategy to bring student loan relief to as many borrowers as possible. The administration credits itself with bringing almost $160 billion in forgiveness to nearly 4.6 million borrowers. The debt forgiveness announced on Wednesday will go towards students who attended the Art Institute, a network of for-profit colleges that was plagued for years by fraud allegations before shuttering its remaining campuses in September. The chain's parent company, Education Management Corp., reached a nearly $100 million settlement with the Justice Department in 2015 after a series of lawsuits. It lost its accreditation years ago. That's all on the news for today. But before we go, a quick recap of the major stories. JAMB releases 2024 UTME results with a that of 64,624 candidates. Controversy as ASU Uni Abuja declares indefinite strike. Uniben suspends SUG over attack on Edo Labour Party Guber candidate Akpata. And on the foreign scene, Biden forgives another $6 billion in debt for students of the profit chain The Arts Institute. That's the news. It was compiled and edited by OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Don't forget, for the coverage of your educational programs, competitions, seminars, fairs, among others, you can call us on 0702 507 4268. Again, 0702 507 4268, or you can send us an email via educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Education Today returns shortly. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back. That's all we can take on the news for today. And right now, we'll proceed to take the country in focus with Amina. Good afternoon, Amina.
Good afternoon, Nima. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. You have the floor.
Country in Focus. You're welcome to the Country in Focus segment, where we consider a particular country of the world, its basic features, and most importantly, its educational system for the benefit of our listeners. I am Karim Aminat. The country in focus today is Japan, a land of rich history, innovation, and education. Japan, an island nation in East Asia, boasts a rich history, a vibrant economy, and a unique education system that has garnered international acclaim. Here is a comprehensive overview. Japan comprises over 6,800 islands, the largest being Honshu, Hokkaido, Shikoku, and Kyushu. It is known for its mountainous landscapes, beautiful coastlines, and distinct four seasons. Japanese culture is a blend of ancient traditions and modern influences. It emphasizes politeness, respect, harmony, and a strong work ethic. With a population of approximately 125 million, Japan is one of the most densely populated countries globally. Japanese is the primary language, with English gaining increased importance in recent years. Japan's history stretches back millennia, with evidence of human habitation dating back to the Paleolithic period, from the 12th to the 19th centuries. Japan experienced a feudal system with powerful samurai warriors and a hierarchical social structure. Meiji Restoration, 1868. This period marked a dramatic modernization efforts, leading to rapid industrialization and the adoption of Western political and social systems. World Wars. Japan's involvement in World War II has a devastating impact, followed by a period of reconstruction and economic growth. Since the end of World War II, Japan has emerged as a leading economic power known for its technological advancements and cultural influence. Economically, Japan is the world's third largest economy. It boasts of a highly developed, technology-driven economy, ranking as the third largest in the world of nominal GDP. Manufacturing powerhouse. Japan is a global leader in manufacturing, particularly in sectors like automobiles, electronics, and robotics. Innovation hub. Japanese countries are renowned for their innovation and research and development capabilities. Challenges: Japan faces an aging population and a shrinking workforce, posing challenges for economic sustainability. Education: Global recognition: Japan's education system is known for its high standards and emphasizes on academic achievements. Students consistently rank high in international assessments. Structure: The system comprises 6 years of elementary school, 3 years of junior high school, and 3 years of senior high school. Higher education includes university, junior colleges, and vocational schools. Japanese education emphasizes discipline, hard work, and respect for teachers. Students dedicate significant time to studying and extracurricular activities. Long life learning: Japan promotes a culture of long life learning with opportunities for adult education and professional development. Unique culture: Japan's rich culture heritage is evident in its arts, literature, cuisine, and traditional practices. Technological advancements: Japan is the forefront of technological advancements with significant contributions in robotic, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy. Challenges and opportunities: Japan faces demographic shifts, economic competition, and natural disasters, but also holds immense potential for continued innovation and global leadership. This overview provides a glimpse into the multifaceted nature of Japan. Its rich history, vibrant economy, and unique education system have shaped a nation with a distinct identity and significant global influence. And that's it on Country in Focus segment. I am Karim Aminat. Education Today continues in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
That was the Country in Focus, and right now we'll take the profession of the week, and this week we will be looking at health education. Stay tuned with Aisha. Good afternoon, Aisha.
Good afternoon. Good day and welcome to the segment for Profession of the Week. I am Aisha Hussein. Here we x-ray a particular profession or field of human endeavor within the educational sector, and I will be telling you what it is about. The knowledge and educational qualification required for admission into tertiary institution, years of training required, and schools that have the accreditation to offer these courses. On today's episode, we are considering health education. Health education is a comprehensive approach to promoting health awareness, knowledge, and skills among individuals and communities. It aims to empower people to make informed decisions about their health and well-being throughout their lives. This includes understanding health concepts. This encompasses knowledge about the human body, disease prevention, health behaviors, and the impact of lifestyle choices on health. Developing critical thinking. Health education encourages individuals to analyze information, questions, claim, and critical evaluation health messages to make informed choices. Building self-advocacy skills. Individuals learn to advocate for their own health needs, access healthcare service, and navigate the healthcare system effectively. Promoting health behavior. Health education focuses on encouraging positive behaviors like healthy eating, physical activities, responsible sexual practices, and substance abuse prevention. Creating supportive environment. It emphasizes the importance of building social and environment conditions that support healthy choices and behaviors. Health education is a diverse field with opportunities in various settings, schools and universities. Health educators in these settings develop and deliver curriculum, teach health classes, and provide resource and support to students. Community organizations. Health educators working in community organizations design and implement health promotion programs, lead workshops, and collaborate with community partners to address specific health needs. Public health agencies. Government agencies employ health educators to develop public health campaigns, conduct research, and advocate for health policy changes. Hospitals and clinics. Health educators in these settings provide patient education, counsel individuals on disease management, and promote healthy habits within healthcare facilities. Workplaces. Companies may hire health educators to develop wellness programs, promote safety awareness, and create healthy work environment. Media and communications. Health educators working in media create educational content, write articles, and develop communication strategies to disseminate health information to the public. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage for health educator and community health worker was $63,790 in May 2022. The BLS also projects an 8% job growth rate for this field between 2021 and 2031, which is faster than average for all occupations. Several factors can influence a health educator's salary, including education level. Master's degree and specialized certificates can lead to higher salaries. Experience. Years of experience in the field typically lead to salary increase. Location. Salaries may vary based on geographic location and cost of living. Work setting. Salary can differ between public and private sector organizations. While economic rewards are important, the intrinsic value of contributing to individuals and communities' health and well-being is a significant motivator for many health educators. Health education is typically a 4-year bachelor's degree program in Nigerian university. To be admitted into this course, applicants are expected to take English language and 3 other relevant subjects in the annual UTME examination. They are also expected to have a 5-credit pass in WAEC or NECO, with subjects including mathematics, English language, physical education, and any other 2 science subjects. However, we recommend that you view JAMB brochure as admission requirements in vary in different universities. Universities that offer this course include Adekunle Ajasin University, University of Benin, Delta State University, Ebonyi State University, University of Ibadan, University of Ilorin, University of Lagos, Lagos State University, University of Maiduguri, Obafemi Awolowo University, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Taishola University of Education, University of Nigeria, University of Uyo, Ekiti State University, Ambrose Ali University, Bayero University, Benue State University, Delta State University, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. The courses is also available as Sports Science and Health Education in Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University. Other variants of the course in different universities include Human Kinetics and Education and Health Education, Human Kinetic Education, Physical Education, and Physical Health Education. Health education plays a crucial role in promoting preventive health care, reducing healthcare costs, and improving overall population health. The field offers opportunity for personal and professional growth, allowing individuals to make a positive impact on society. Continuous learning and professional development are essential for success in health education due to the ever-evolving nature of the health information and best practices. That's it on the Profession of the Week. For today, I am Aisha Hussein. Education Today continues shortly. Please stay with us.
ọmọ tí kò pẹ́ kọ́ ó dání lójú pé yóò jìyà ọmọ tí kò bá ẹ̀kọ́ ó dání lójú pé yóò jìyà iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jáde wọ́n wá tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dá kìíye ẹni òbí wa lẹ́bàá lọ́wọ́ kẹjọ tọ́ wa iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jáde wọ́n wá tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dá kìíye ẹni òbí wa lẹ́bàá lọ́wọ́ kẹjọ tọ́ wa ẹ̀dá kìíye ẹni òbí wa lẹ́bàá lọ́wọ́ kẹjọ tọ́ wa.
You're still on to Education Today on Lights Radio, and right now we're moving into the disco segment, and our guest is very much here with us. Today we are discussing UTME 2024 results, a critical analysis. Once again, the topic of discuss for today is a critical analysis of the recently, released and announced UTME results for this year, 2024. So on Monday, 29th April 2024, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, released the results of the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. JAMB Registrar Professor Isaac Oloyede announced the release of the results for the examination, which held between 19th and 29th April 2024. Giving a breakdown of the results, Professor Oloyede disclosed that 1,989,668 candidates registered for the examinations held in over 700 CBT centers in 118 towns across the Federation. And of this figure, 1,904,109 candidates sat for the exam, while 80,810 of them were absent on their, fixed dates for the examination. So the board further released the results of 1,842,464 candidates, which means that they withheld 64,624 results for various, infractions and offenses, so to say. So a total of 8,401 candidates. Now here's given a breakdown of the success rate of the figure, the number of candidates that's actually sat for the examination. So 8,401 of them scored 300 and above, which gives us 0.5% of the population, and 77,070 candidates scored 250 and above. That's 250 to 299, representing 4.2%, while 439,974 candidates scored 200 and above, which is between 200 and 249, and a whole 1,402,470 candidates, representing a whopping 73.7% of those who sat for the examination. 1.4 million approximately scored below 200 marks. So that is what we are looking at today, and that's I just gave the breakdown of the figures. So joining us on the program is no other than our own in-house guest, an educational administrator, a lecturer, a researcher, educational consultant, and our in-house analysts. No other than Mr. OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Good afternoon, Mr. KAZEEM.
Good afternoon, Nima. Good afternoon, all the crew members, and good afternoon to our listeners. It's a pleasure to be here once again.
All right, so do not forget that you can be part of the discourse by sending your comments and questions to our WhatsApp number, ever active, on 0809-738-4000, or you can drop your comments via the live video feeds on Facebook and YouTube. Alright, so without beating about the bush, my question to our guest for today is, my first question to the guest would be, when you heard when the UTME results was released, what was your reaction? How did you feel about the release of the results?
It was not of a mixed feeling for me. Mixed in the sense that, first, I appreciated the fact that JAMB released the result in just a matter of days. And if you're to look at it critically, the result came on the day the examination ended. If you look at it, it's a span from 19th to 29th. And on the 29th, JAMB released the results. That's remarkable, and it's something commendable. So I felt, that's something positive coming from JAMB. But on the flip side, which made me a bit sad and disappointed and worried at the same time, is the breakdown of the results. They are saying that more than 73% or almost 74% of the total that eventually sat the exam could not score up to average. No, see, here we're not saying that they performed excellently. You're saying that those who performed from average and above average are just around 26.3% exactly, of those who sat the exam. So that's a bit worrying for me. So that's why I said it's that of a mixed feeling. First, yes, we are improving the quality of our examination, that the exam held in different parts of the world, including even in Saudi Arabia, that the result of the exam was released on the day the examination itself ended. That's commendable. But when you have to compare that, the positive angle, with the number of the general performance in the exam, it leaves so much to be desired, and that I didn't find very funny.
All right, so from the analysis that Professor Oloyede, as the head of JAMB, from the analysis he gave, a total of 80,810 candidates were absent. What do you think could have prevented them? I cannot even wrap my head around registering, the fees, the money involved, the time, the attention, the everything given to actually sitting for the exam, and then on the different dates of examination they couldn't show up. What do you think could have come up or gone wrong with them?
Sincerely, I can't fathom it personally too, that after going through the whole process, because it's not something easy. First, you have to consider the fact that you have to get your name, you have to pay to get the token, you have to now register your details in a cafe, you have to actually probably print your slip and do different levels of processing, just to ensure that it's the person that exactly registers the exam is the one that would show up for the exam. And about 80,000, that's probably even the population of some countries, and you're saying 80,000 people failed to show up, and the register, they paid. In this harsh economy, well, it could probably be that probably some fell ill. I'm trying to be positive here. It's possible that some people fell ill within that period. Very, very possible. It's also possible that probably some even died within the process. It's possible. And it's also possible that probably some out of the fear, the anxiety, I didn't prepare enough. See, sincerely, I don't think I'm prepared psychologically for this exam, and intellectually too. I didn't do anything, or probably I didn't do any preparation, so why should I? It's just as if I already know what the outcome will be, so let me not even bother to go. That could also be a reason. And for some, it might actually even be out of laziness, out of lackadaisical attitude that really, it's not even a case of say, is my parents and my uncles and my aunties and all these people that be putting pressure on me. It's not as if I'm really interested in this. So please, I don't want to go. I'm just not interested. It is not it for me. And I don't think I would do that. So for that reason, I would also say that probably some of these candidates are just probably not ready for the exam.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Why is it difficult for the candidate to pass the exam? Is it that difficult? Because some will be like, I've prepared and I later got to 150 because I've been hearing this. Some gets 150, 140. I mean, the result is not impressive. Like, I was not like, what's the cause of all this? Is it difficult?
Well, as far as difficulty is concerned, I can't say the exam is difficult compared to what it used to be in the past. And mind you, we're talking about an exam that is CBT. In those days, because I just feel like, in those days, the highest we ever got, no one got 300. For over 20, 30 years, no one ever got 300. In fact, the first time someone got 300, if I can still remember very well, I think that would probably be one guy, Bon Bosson, Johnson, something like that got 347 and applied to University of Lagos. It was unheard of. The guy broke the jinx for over 30 years.
30 years?
And someone had got about 300, and it was just, one out of so many. So it wasn't as if probably you have over 1,000 people or even 100 people. It's just one person. And it was like, it has ever happened. Where did this guy come from? Eventually, But when you come to this time around, even the exam curriculum, I think, has been reviewed, because there are lots of complaints that the way probably those that design the curriculum, the content, and so many other things like that, probably would not allow for a lot of students to probably pass easily. So I think that while I won't say the quality has been watered down, I think the quality has been improved. I would say that the difficulty level of the examination is not what accounts for this level of performance. And I think, see, if you're saying it's difficult, you know how people score in 360. So what would you say? Is it a function of difficulty? I don't think so. That you are having over 8,000 people. Is it, how many did we record? About 8,000. Is it about 8,000 people or 250 people? I've forgotten the statistics now. That got 300 and above. Yeah. So 0.5% of those that registered for the exam got 300 and above. So I don't think that's too difficult for any, for the candidate. I think it's a function of preparation. Probably I think that these candidates are not prepared enough. And a lot of them, in terms of the disposition, their attitude towards the exam, I think probably they underestimated the exam that now today. There are some people that feel like, now today I don't do exam.
I don't know.
What is there in English? I can't fail English. Like, what is there in English that I don't know? But in reality, my brother, my sister, if you fail.
Some will even attach it to luck. They'll be like, it's luck. Don't be worried about reading. What is luck? You just go in there and get the highest this, that.
So, just like I was saying, that 8,401 candidates scored 300 and above. 8,000. In the past, see, probably you'd only have just less than 100. And now you're having 8,000. That's huge. Scoring 300 and above. But then, I don't think it's out of place normally that you would have that kind of number, because they're talking about the fact that that's just 0.5% of those that already started the exam. So I don't think it's too good. So it shows that the exam is not as if the exam is difficult. For me, it's not about the difficulty of the exam. So I think it's a level of preparation.
Yeah, so some people have attributed this the failure or the low in high marks to CBT system, which many students are not used to. For you that do not have interaction with computer from junior secondary, and then you went to do a crash course as regards jam writing, then that wouldn't even last for a month. So they're attributing it to that. Do you agree?
I disagree.
Why?
See, okay, and I'll tell you. Thank you very much. I love that. Now, the truth of the matter is, see, we're not talking, when it comes to ICT, people have been grouped into two. We have what we call digital immigrants and digital natives.
Okay.
In fact, the digital immigrants are the BBC people that were born before computer, and some that were born close to the time computer became prevalent. And we're talking about people 80s that were born in the 80s, probably early 90s. So these are the people that could say computer. But we're talking about those that are writing this exam. We're talking about digital natives. See, they were born, a lot of them are millennials. What are we saying? See, the proficiency and the dexterity with which these people handle computer. We're talking about people hacking into different systems of the world. So you're saying that these are the people, it's because of CBT. Well, I will not discountenance the fact that there are some people that still, probably because of their, socioeconomic status, they don't have access to computer. Mind you, it's because of this that JAMB gave the opportunity for people to do mock.
Yeah.
So that you get acquainted, you get to familiarize yourself with the use of the computer and how it can be used to write examination. So that's the essence of the mock. So if you actually don't utilize the opportunity of the mock, so who would you blame? But then these guys can actually press computer phones. They can do all sorts. They can do TikTok videos.
Of course.
Send images and videos on Instagram. They Snapchat. They tweet. They, do all sorts on Facebook. And you're saying that this set of people are the ones that cannot use computer to write it. See, what is there in the exam is the computer that they do. See, that I'm just clicking my answer. Even as I cannot use the mouse, you say, this is a mouse, you want to bite me. See, you have the keyboard there, you have the keyboard keys that you can just use the arrow button and some other shortcuts. Just press H for this, press this. So sincerely, I don't want to believe that it's because of that. Okay. Sincerely. If only some people would say that, probably would say a lot of people that came from the villages and things like that. But the reality is the world has. This would be if they could have email. At least they have email.
Maybe they went to prepare it in a rush.
Okay, so, but for me, I don't want to agree that it's because of the system of the examination. CBT. In fact, if anything, CBT has actually made it easier for people to pass JAM. And that's why they are scoring higher.
Objectives.
So, yeah, you see, it has, UTME has always been, objective tests. So it has always been like that. But then, it has made it easier now because you can navigate through a whole lot of questions that, you just, in a twinkle of an eye, just scroll up, scroll down. And, it's not as if you're shading. If I press on shading, I even shade the wrong option, thinking you're shading the right option. But here, you're just you're clicking, next, and
So what role is examination malpractice prevention mechanism of JAMB playing in all of, what is the mechanism JAMB is putting in place?
Every year JAMB is improving in terms of the integrity of the examination system. Now, so what role is it playing? You know quite well that even as far as the conduct of this particular exam, when the exam started, we recorded here on this program that a father was arrested for impersonating his son in this examination. So what does that imply? That JAMB has actually stepped up its security measures to be able to identify, JAMB is collecting biometrics of this, candidate. So at the end of the time you come in for the exam, your biometrics will be taken again. It has to match the one that they already had in the system. So with that, they can review. So that in itself, and for the fact that JAMB also said that parents must not be allowed into the CBT centers. Yes. That for any parent that comes there and tries to interfere, they should be arrested. Now that was more like JAMB is breaking down all the gimmicks and the shenanigans of parents or this candidate that always think they are smart. JAMB is also trying to be smarter. So at the end of the day, so all these avenues through which a lot of people actually manipulate the whole process just to get, scores that they don't deserve has already been thwarted by JAMB. So at the end of the day, I think to a large extent that also played a great role in what exactly we are saying. Because at the end of the day, if you are dependent on after all, the correct time for me now, or expo to the, at least we can hack into the system and get expo, or that someone can sit for the exam for me, or that I can actually register 3 different people, and I know they will all register at the same center, and they will be telling me what is there, because I don't know how probably even different types. So the question that will appear to you might not even be the exact one that will appear to the next person beside you. I think there is all this to a large extent. For any student that is not prepared, then I won't probably be surprised that you're getting this kind of results.
Thanks so much, Prof. We heard that JAMB also withheld 64,624 results for social infractions. What could be the cause?
The cause of the
Withheld results.
well, like we said, JAMB is putting so many mechanisms in place, and for that reason, because some it's probably with the registration process, because we now have a situation, JAMB has discovered that people now have multiple names. Nigerians, people are so desperate, and that's why, to a large extent, we have to give credit to the management of JAMB, that board led by Professor Ishaq Oluyede and his team. It's not just a one-man thing.
Yes.
But if we all have the mentality that we have to improve the integrity of this particular system, then we would always be able to catch those who are hell-bent on trying to, outsmart the whole process. Because we have to look at this, that is trying to review this result of this 64,724 candidates. Now, there are different reasons that JAMB has adduced for this. Some are probably the issue of verification. That is to try to verify the authenticity of probably some of their scores and things like that. And there are some procedural investigation that means that the process by which the registration or whatsoever, by which they got to the center, or how, JAMB is trying to review that. At the end of the day, we'll see eventually get. And JAMB is saying that eventually, for those that they have a case of, a prima facie case of examination malpractice, provide or attached to their own case, it's just about 78 that clear-cut malpractice, including like the case of the father and son. That one is clear-cut malpractice. There are some, it could be a situation where there is no correlation between. Imagine that if you probably register for a course like English and literature, imagine that you probably scored let me say 35 in English, and in literature you now scored 88. There is no correlation. Yeah. Or that probably you scored let's say 75 in mathematics, and you're scoring 25 in physics. Something is amiss, because ordinarily you expect there should be a correlation between these kinds of subjects and things like that. So that could be. So JAMB is reviewing all process, because at the end of the day, as I was writing the exam, there are also cameras in different places where JAMB is trying to just review all these cases. And I want to believe that majority of these 64,000 will probably be those that probably wrote the exam that day the result was released, or probably a day before. That has successfully reviewed all the previous ones. And that's why it's able to release the result of over 1.8 million people at a go. So but now it's just trying to review all those others before it eventually gets released. But I think it's still all part of the whole process, for which we should actually commend JAMB.
So a lawyer has sued JAMB for failing to disclose the top 10 candidates in this exam. So why is the board withholding such information, and why is it like going ahead to sue JAMB for what reason?
Lawyers, they are the only ones that are learned. All of us are actually not learned. But the thing there is, he's actually exercising his rights according to the law, and in the law, based on the law, that's a public information, and he has a right to sue an agency of government to demand information that he thinks should be within the public domain. It's a national security information that probably cannot be disclosed. So he's suing JAMB that within 7 days, JAMB should avail him of the information concerning the top 10 candidates in that examination. But JAMB itself decided not to jump the gun and quickly release that information. If you can see cast our mind back to the case of Mesoman last year, when Jam said the highest score in the exam was 360, and Miss Summer came to tell us that she scored 362. Yeah. So at the end of the day, this back and forth and other things that they are trying to manipulate the whole process, forgetting or probably ignorantly not knowing that JAM has security measures to be able to keep track of all those that wrote the exam, what they scored, and how they also went through the process of getting the result. So at the end of the day, I think to a large extent that it's because of that experience of what happened 2023 that is also holding on to that. So at the end of the day, people can come and play whatsoever they, and to be candid, a lot of people are already claiming some things, showing results online. Whereas JAM is telling you that, everyone that is telling you that, because JAM said none of our results are actually available on our website yet. So if anybody is showing any result that he or she downloaded from a website, then you must know that's fake. So you can see that the body, that board itself, is actually very, very smart. And wants people to commit themselves before they, at the end of the day, will tell you that, see, you have only jumped the gun, and unfortunately, your claims are probably untrue.
All right. Thanks so much for this. Another question is that some people are blaming social media addiction, hunger, laziness on the part of the candidates as responsible for this level of performance. Did you agree with such assertion, and why, sir?
Well, in terms of such a thing, probably, well, social media addiction, sincerely, it is. I agree with that, because the priorities of this particular generation of students is something that is questionable. A lot of them just feel like, well, we can do whatever we like and things like that. The time they spend on social media takes a whole lot of their attention away from their studies, and we cannot underestimate that. So for me, I think it might be the issue of laziness is also there. If you understand that you have an examination, it should actually preoccupy your mind rather than just watching movies, Netflixing, watching football matches and other ones like that. All these other issues that distract people. See, the truth of the matter is currently there are so many distractions for students, and all these distractions have a way of affecting the academic performance, and this is a reflection of such. And so I think to a large extent, while we cannot say totally that people should not be on social media or should not use social media tools, but the thing is, what exactly are you doing on social media? How much is it adding value to you? How much is it increasing your knowledge? A lot of people use social media to actually learn. So what exactly are you doing with social media is what we should ask. So that addiction, if especially for frivolities, is what we are doing, then we need to take caution.
So we have all of these challenges from both education and student and the exam. So in addressing this challenge, what do we have to do, and where are we starting from?
First, I think it's for us to actually put culpability where culpability lies. There are so many people that we can say are responsible for some of this, and the blame, there are enough blames to go around. For me, first is for the candidates themselves. You are the one writing the exam. It's your life. It's not about that of your parents. It's not about that of the government. So you have to take your destiny in your own hands. When you register for an exam, please prepare adequately for it. That's one. The number two is, there are also blames to go to schools. A lot of schools have actually been, manipulating the results of their students. Our school, we are doing this, we are doing that. Our students are getting A, they are doing this, and all these special centers, miracle centers that we're doing for WAEC, for NECO.
Yes.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, JAM would actually show you the true picture. Because at the end of the day, if you have been using your teachers to perpetrate examination malpractice for your students, so at the end of the day, you have a lot of A1 that you can use to advertise your school. Eventually, when it gets to UTME, that might not happen again. So at the end of the day, you see a true picture. So for the schools themselves, they really need to sit back. Should we allow this to continue? Is this how we want to go forward? Or we'll probably have to ensure that we train these students to have the knowledge required for them to really pass this exam and actually reflect and represent the image of the school. Therefore, parents, there is a lot of things to do. We should be concerned. That is the life of our children. Our investment is going down the drain. So instead of trying to pay for malpractice register, try to, manipulate the process. What? Imagine the kind of that father that was arrested. See, please, what would you want to tell me as a conviction for your children that you say they should not perpetrate this fraud again? So that's very, very wrong. So I think for parents too, they need to look at how well are we making our homes conducive for learning, and how well are we also encouraging our kids to learn instead of just see some of these guidance that we even give them. We think because they don't please don't disobey man, take iPad, take this, they're gonna take my phone, I'll be browsing, I'll be doing that all day, because you don't want them to disturb you. At the end of the day, it affects them, distracts them. So look at your environment. What are the distractions that you have within your homes that is probably taking them away from their studies? You need to look at this very well. What kind of school are you sending your children to? Is it because they are just showing they have A1 or A2? Is it the quality of what they are being taught there, or the quality of the results they portray? So beyond that is also the fact that the government itself, what is our priority? How well have we devoted our resources to education? What kind of schools do we have? Are we spending enough on education? No, it's a fact. Government is not spending enough on education. Government is not spending enough on education. So, and at the end of the day, that affects the quality of education and the output. Beyond that is, what kind of remuneration do we give teachers? What kind of encouragement do teachers have? What kind of environment do we have in our schools? So at the end of the day, see, we cannot you cannot plant maize and harvest yam. It's not possible. You are not devoting resources to education. You are not encouraging the teachers. You are not encouraging parents. You are not even encouraging students. And at the end of the day, you are not providing conducive learning environment. So how then do you want the performance of the students to be better? The fact that we are now making everybody that if you want quality education, it has to be private education. This has to stop. It has to stop. Our tax money should be properly devoted where they belong, and not this situation that we have. It's very, very wrong. And unfortunately, I don't think people are actually calling the government out enough. That we embezzle funds. Imagine that we have primary education, UBEC fund, and they remain unaccessed by governors for so many years. Sincerely, it's ridiculous. And the schools that government claim they are providing for the masses, can their own children attend such schools? Is that the quality of schools their own children attend? And you now want magic to happen from those schools? Imagine a Zamfara state that is paying teachers 8,000 naira in this economy, even less than the minimum wage. Little wonder you say that students of that school cannot even pass common entrance exams.
Not even motivated.
See, when is the motivation? So these are things that we really need to pay attention to. See, all of us, we need to overhaul the whole educational system. The teachers themselves need to look at themselves in the face that the quality that we are giving to these children, is that the kind of quality that we would wish that our own children should have? Our approach to our work, our approach to classes, our approach to lessons that we teach to these students, is that what we would wish for our own children? And that's why a lot of public school teachers cannot even take their own children to public schools.
Yes.
Sincerely, because you also know the quality of work that you do there.
You know what they're giving them.
You know what you're giving to your students. Sincerely, it is very, very wrong. And we really need to pay attention. See, the truth is, that's the only opportunity that we have. Education is the only tool that can liberate ourselves from slavery. So if at the end of the day we would allow this education to go down the drain, we will all suffer it. Because everybody suffers the mistake of the teacher. The whole society perishes with the mistake of the teacher. One of my lecturers of blessed memory, Professor Akonde, said a doctor buries his mistake, an engineer dies with his mistake. The society perishes with the mistake of the teacher. And that's why that teaching job is a sacred profession. Because we are molding lives. So what kind of lives are we molding? If you want the performance of our students in UTME to improve, it has to start from the school. The home should play its role. The government should play its role. The teachers should play their role. The candidates should play their roles. And everybody. The people performing the exam, what do we give them? As encouragement? 5,000, 10,000. And at the end of it, someone will go and expose her body at one stupid thing that you call reality show. And they get millions. So how then do you want to encourage people that education pays? everybody is devoted to just entertainment. It is entertainment that is getting sponsorship from even the private sector, the companies. At the end of the day, are these the people that would actually turn around the fortune of our nation? See, these are things. Where are the competition that has been sponsored by the corporate entities? And not just all this entertainment is sport, it is this is as much as we are saying sport is good, as much as we are saying entertainment too is good, we say talent. Is that the only talent that we should have? Where are our talent that are actually discovering? Where are the discoveries our talents are making? See, these are the issues, critical issues we should tell ourselves if truly we want these things to improve.
So the blame is not solely on the part of the students?
No, it's there is enough. That's why I said there are enough blames to go around. There are enough blames to go around.
So, what should we be telling the affected candidates at this time?
Well, first is better luck next time. For those probably that did not meet up with 200. Yeah, no, you see, you don't get discouraged. The truth is, the fact that you fail does not make you a failure. It is only an indication that you've not succeeded yet. So you don't have to lose hope. See, quitters don't win and winners don't quit. So you are a winner. You see, it is not over until you succeed. So these are things that we need to tell those probably did not do well in the UTME. And the reality is also the fact that you actually didn't pass UTME does not make you a failure. See, it can only be there are some mistakes. So you need to sit back and look at, what did I do wrong? What are some of the mistakes that I made? Then beyond that is the fact that, see, this university is not actually even meant for everybody. That's a reality we have to face, whether we like it or not. So what are the other opportunities? The truth is, where is our vocational training institutes? What are those other areas that people have interest in that can help them harness and develop? So at the end of the day, they become functional, useful to the society, useful to themselves as well. Then beyond that is also the fact that there are also other opportunities abound. See, that you probably did not gain admission to that particular school you wanted. There are some other schools that probably might not even, the cutoff might not be up to 200. So you can explore those other options. But a lot of us is university or nothing. That's another mistake. What are the colleges of education? What are the polytechnics? What are even the vocational training institutes, some of these professional institutes that we can actually use? Then again there are some other opportunities beyond even just UTME that can gain admission to these tertiary institutions. So you can actually go for A-levels and things like that and try your luck in some of those other exams and see if at all you can improve yourself within that particular period, that you now use the result to gain direct entry into the universities. See, it's all about exposure. It's all about the piece of information that you have at your disposal. So I say that then it could also be another thing. 1 year, sit back, review all your activities, re-strategize, learn again, probably attend lessons, get to teachers, and so many other things. Even on this social media, go online. There are so many resources that you have on YouTube that you can use to learn that can improve your performance.
All right, thank you very much. That's all we can take on the discourse segment for today. We would like to appreciate our in-house analyst, Mr. OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Thank you very much for the beautiful insights he has provided on today's program.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll moving on quickly. You're welcome to the Words on the Marble segment of Education Today, where we take a look at memorable quotes that are educational as well as inspirational to everyone. Today we have a quote from American businessman Charles W. Eliot. According to Charles, books are the quietest and most constant of friends. They're the most accessible and wisest of counselors and the most patient of teachers. That's our words on the marble for today. Let us make books our best companions and reading our most enduring habit. For the more we read, the more we learn, is what they say. All right, so this is to inform you, our esteemed listeners, that you can sponsor this program and advertise your products and services, as well as showcase your events in our program. This you can do by calling the numbers 0702-507-4268 or 0703-953-8998. Thank you very much for joining us today. Let us know how you feel about today's program through our various platforms on Facebook /Education Today, no space, on Instagram education_2DAY, on YouTube Education Space Today. You can also send an email to make more inquiries to educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Many thanks to the entire crew of Education Today and the management of Light Radios. The supervising producer has been Said Aremu. Thank you for a good work there, and with support from the studio managers. Thank you very much. Do join us same time next week on this station. I am Nima Ibrahim, and with me are
Aisha Hussein.
Aminat Karim.
See you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.